Hi, friends. My very first Kickstarter is live through tomorrow, November 8th, 2025 at noon, and I'd be honored if you visited. It supports my new book, Peace Stuff Enough, which features several of the architects of enough from this podcast series, and it's all about helping us keep our things longer and live a life of care over consumption. Just search Peace Stuff Kickstarter. Welcome to Pieces Here, the daily series exploring the architects of enough. Today, we continue our theme, the social and systemic enough, by honoring Bea Johnson. She lived a life of radical stewardship. She turned her family's waste into a whisper and asked the world to question what we throw away. Architect of Enough. Bea Johnson is a Franco-American environmentalist, speaker, and author, best known as a leading voice in the zero waste movement. After moving from France to the United States, she and her family began intentionally simplifying their lives in 2006. By 2008, she fully adopted a zero-waste lifestyle, applying a concept historically used for industrial systems directly to the home. Johnson popularized a framework known as the 5 R's, which provides a clear order of operations for consumption. 1. Refuse what you do not need. 2. Reduce what you do need. 3. Reuse what you consume. 4. Recycle what you cannot refuse, reduce, or reuse. 5. Rot, compost the rest. Her book, Zero Waste Home, published in 2013, expanded her ideas globally. Her powerful and often repeated claim is that her family's annual trash fits into a single small glass jar. That image of a tiny jar containing a year's worth of waste has helped drive the movement's visibility and remains a shocking challenge to modern consumerism. Johnson's philosophy demonstrates that systemic change starts with the personal discipline of saying no thank you to the culture of disposability. To learn more about Bea Johnson and her zero-waste lifestyle, visit her website, zerowastehome.com, where she shares her philosophy and tools for living simply and sustainably. The Enough Reflection. Honor what you don't see. Bea Johnson's approach teaches us to look upstream, think before you buy, refuse before you reduce. Her discipline is not about discarding more faster, but preventing waste before it even exists. When considering something new, ask, do I need this? Will it last? Or is there a way to live without it? This reminds me of one of the tips from Peace Stuff Enough, the new companion book to One More Year. You can find it and follow the Kickstarter at avaskolfsbeck.com/Kickstarter. Pedro says Bea Johnson and her family adopted the zero-waste lifestyle after they decided to downsize their home, realizing they hadn't missed the 80% of their belongings they had placed in storage, which convinced them that living with less leads to a richer life based on experiences, not things. What is something I've bought out of habit that I can refuse tomorrow? What item in my life could I live with more simply? One I keep just in case, but don't really need. Words to keep. Bea Johnson's wisdom emphasizes that simplicity is ultimately about gaining freedom, not just getting rid of things. She reminds us that the best way to live is often the lightest. The lighter we are, the more freedom we have, and the more we can do for others. If this daily message has brought you peace, please take a moment to subscribe and share this episode with someone who needs it. That was the life and wisdom of our architect of enough for this episode. If their story has inspired you to seek your own path to less consumption and more contentment, then please step off the treadmill with me. Let's learn from the architects of enough and discover together that for our planet, for our community, and for ourselves, peace is here. To follow my work, including the new book, Peace Stuff Enough, the entire Pedro the Water Dog Saves the Planet series, and the podcast archive, visit aviskalfsbeck.com. That's also where you can find the link to my current Kickstarter. Our music is Dalai Lama Riding a Bike by the talented Javier Peque Rodriguez. You can find links to his music on Spotify and Bandcamp in the show notes. Thank you again. Listen for the peace.